Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, bringing you guys another Black Ops 2 video, and, well, in this one, of course, I want to talk about the whole Ion Warpsee situation, because honestly, I'm still just kind of surprised that people really are out here cheating in video games that are this old. I don't really understand this mentality, because for some reason, people still have this idea that, like, using mod menus and, like, just, I don't know, faking clips in this situation, I guess, and doing things like that is, like, I don't know, I guess, like, desirable and cool to do. I don't really understand the whole mentality myself, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today. So if you're not really caught up on the whole situation, it's been kind of unfolding over the last few days now, and this is going to be kind of like a video that I would do on the main channel here on the gaming channel, but this involves like Black Ops 2 Plutonium. A lot of the trick-shotting community is now into this whole situation, and it's basically just like a classic Black Ops 2 sniping drama. And when it comes down to it, like I said, I just don't really understand why people go to these lengths to fake clips and cheat in video games that are so fucking old at this point. But Ion Warpsee was basically an up-and-coming trick shotter. Now, obviously, you guys know the trick shotting community is actually on kind of a hot streak right now. Ever since Black Ops 2 Plutonium has started to kind of blow up within the Call of Duty community and has gotten more and more popular, trick shotting has kind of made a return within that game. A lot of the OG trick shotters and people who used to play Call of Duty back in the day have started to kind of come back to play this game and, you know, hit clips on it, things like that. Montages are starting to kind of make a return. People are out here streaming the game again. It's been a really great thing to see because obviously we haven't had this kind of like community support for a game since probably Black Ops 2. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, you don't really see trick shotters out here going nuts over the newer Call of Duty games. Black Ops 2 and those kinds of games back in like that classic Call of Duty era was probably like the best that trick shotting ever really got down to. I mean, when you think of like FaZe and all of these other teams and all of the montages that you watched, I mean, you don't really remember like, oh, hey, I was watching Infinite Warfare trick-shotting clips. No, you think about, oh, I was watching MW2, Black Ops 1, BO2, Modern Warfare 3, things like that, right? Well, Ion Warpsee was one of these trick-shotters, and he was up and coming in the scene. Like, he was actually on the verge of making it into FaZe Clan because he was supposedly so fucking good, basically, at trick-shotting. Like, this dude was hitting these insane clips. He was hitting them very frequently. He was pulling off all this insane stuff, and he's got a pretty decent following. He has like 33,000 subscribers on YouTube. For someone making Call of Duty content in the year 2020, that's not really a small feat. That's pretty, you know, that's pretty accomplished, especially if you're like a trick shotter slash feeder slash sniper kind of thing there. I mean, it's not like they're out here pulling old FaZe numbers anymore. Just the community is not what it used to be. So seeing it kind of come back to what it was, at least within the constraints of Black Ops 2 Plutonium, has been a really cool thing. Anyway, well, Warpsee got exposed because he was using aimbot, basically. Now, the thing is Black Ops 2 Plutonium, which obviously is not the actual Black Ops 2 game, like it's not the official Black Ops 2 client or anything like that. It's not like you're loading up an official version of Black Ops 2. It's essentially a modded version of Black Ops 2 with more dedicated servers. It's got a better form of anti-cheat, things like that. Well, the problem is the mod that they were using basically was getting by the anti-cheat. And this is an aimbot that I think you can even use in other games. So it's not like this is like some Black Ops 2 Plutonium exclusive mod or anything like this. This is basically an aimbot that you could use, I would say, in probably just about any game, honestly. I mean, I'm obviously not experienced in aimbotting because I don't need to fucking cheat in a video game that's, what, at this point, almost 8 years old. I'm playing the game for fun. I'm going back to actually enjoy it. I don't need to ruin other people's experience, things like that. So, unfortunately, Warpsee, who was, like I said, basically on the verge of having a very established trick-shotting career, got exposed, okay? And he was exposed very publicly. And the thing with this is he's made like an apology video on YouTube. He made a apology video on Twitter and everything like that. But my thing is it's more like, are you sorry that you got caught, or are you sorry that you actually did it, you know? Because when you really think about these kinds of situations, I mean, he wasn't going to stop using these mods if he wasn't caught. At least I have no reason to believe that he would have. So personally, that leads me to believe that he's only really sorry that he got caught. I mean, shit, I would also be sorry that I got caught too if I was literally on the verge of joining FaZe Clan, you know, one of the most established trick-shotting, if not the most established trick-shotting and sniping team of all time. And I had this big career in front of me that was going pretty well up until this point, and it's basically all ruined now because if you guys aren't aware, especially like in the trick-shotting community, It's like, I would say, in pretty much any other community where it's like, if you get caught faking these clips or using aimbot, things like that, and you get exposed for these kinds of things, it's extremely career damaging. Now, of course, there are people in the community who have gotten past allegations and even have gotten past being caught doing this, but of course, they're more or less like the exception, not really the rule, you know what I'm saying? And in this situation, I don't really see Ion Warpsee just coming out making some fucking miraculous comeback and just making a run towards some team, because, as he put it, most of his shots at the beginning, like a few of them, I guess, not most of them, a few of his shots at the beginning were actually real. But I mean, I have no idea how many of these shots were fake. I don't know if anyone has any real idea how many of his shots were fake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's clips going around right now, supposedly, of him, like, jumping off and doing these insane shots on carrier, and he'll leave the game right beforehand, but on the final kill cam, he'll shoot right out into the middle of the ocean, obviously where no one is, and he'll, of course, hit somebody and kill them for final kill cam on the shot. Shit that you just can't pull off. So, in his defense, that technically could be anybody, because unfortunately Plutonium does not have it to where once you claim a username it can't be claimed again, so hypothetically anybody could come along and claim the name Ion Warpsee and just start going and using an aimbot, faking clips of it, and pretending that he's out here faking shots still just to kind of shit on him. But now, when I saw this whole situation unfold, it really just kind of brought, like, really one big thought into my head, and that's why. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, Black Ops 2 Plutonium is coming back around, and it's bringing relevancy to Black Ops 2 again. People are uploading Black Ops 2 content once again on YouTube. I mean, it's been pretty great to see, like I said. I mean, I love watching Black Ops 2 actually be playable and actually be at a point where it's like, wow, oh my god, people are uploading this. But the unfortunate problem is that this mod menu, of course, slips through the anti-cheat. And so far, I mean, I've been playing a shit ton of Black Ops 2 Plutonium, and I'm not going to sit here and lie, like, I'm not being paid by Plutonium or anything. This is a free project. They're not paying me to say anything, but in all of the time that I've played Plutonium, I've only ran into a few hackers. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I've ran into zero, but I've ran into a few. But it's way more playable than the actual Black Ops 2 game. I mean, let's keep it a $1.50. You cannot play Black Ops 2 in its original form without running into hackers all the time. And in reality, if Activision and Treyarch would just give games like Black Ops 2 fresh coats of paint once every while, and, you know, updated the servers and banned a shit ton of all these cheaters, these games would be playable, and I can't imagine what the player counts would really look like, because it seems like when I talk to 90% of people, and they really do want to go back and play Black Ops 2, but they always say the same thing, oh, I can't because it's full of modders and cheaters. But now Plutonium has come along and actually made the game playable if you have a PC. And unfortunately, there's a situation this public that is now drawing against Black Ops 2 Plutonium, because if we're being real, people have kind of tried to make this more about Plutonium's anti-cheat than they have about the fact that this guy was fucking cheating in the first place and that people actually are cheating in an 8-year-old video game anyway. Now here's where I'm going to step in and defend Plutonium, because sure, the anti-cheat, yeah, it hasn't protected against this mod yet, but it has protected this game from like 95% of modders that I've seen elsewhere. And it's not really the game's fault that this happened. I mean, it's like blaming a car for somebody driving it off the road and causing a car accident. You know what I'm saying? If Ion Warpsee wasn't cheating in the first place, this would not be an issue, and BO2 Plutonium would not have even been called into question. And then just to ask, it's like, why cheat in an 8-year-old video game in the first place? Like, you're going back to play it to have fun, but fun to you is just not even having a challenge in the game. You want it to where, like, you can aim through walls, you automatically snap onto people, so you just have to hold down one button and shoot. What the fuck is fun about that? Like, what is the honest fun in playing like that? Because me, I like just playing the game as it is. I don't need a mod menu to make myself feel better about anything going on in the game. I just run around the map and play the goddamn game myself. As a matter of fact, I play on controller. I don't even play on keyboard and mouse, which it's a PC game, so I don't get, like, aim assist or anything like that on most servers anyway. I don't mind having a little bit of challenge in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand the mentality of like, well, let me cheat in this 8-year-old video game and ruin the experience of a golden age Call of Duty game for everybody else. And then there's people who try to defend this shit where it's like, they're like, well, it's an 8-year-old video game, her. And it's at the same time, like, you can literally make the counter argument, like, you pretend not to care about the game because it's an 8-year-old game, yet you go as far as downloading fucking mod menus to crack yourself out and make yourself gods at the video game that you're now claiming no one should care about because it's an 8-year-old video game. So it's like a very obvious lapse in any logic whatsoever. So now Warpsee came out and said everything and said, you know, don't take shortcuts when you're trying to get into a career like this and whatever. And it's like, yeah, of course, don't take shortcuts. But at the same time, why are these people faking clips and things like that? Why are they the ones taking the shortcuts? And then they are the ones who end up telling people, hey, don't take shortcuts. Because for me, I really see trickshotting only as something that I would do once in a great while for fun. Because it's not really a career path for me or anything like that, but if it was a career path, I wouldn't even cheat the system. Like, I wouldn't even risk that. I mean, if you think about it, like, if you have a whole career on the line, why would you even try to risk that? When you could just get, like, really good at trickshotting and just do it all completely natural and, like, 100% correctly. So these kinds of things are what initially ruined games like Black Ops 2, and unfortunately now it's kind of falling back on BO2 Plutonium because of one major isolated incident, and in reality, like I said, I mean, I play BO2 Plutonium pretty much every single day. I've only ran into a small handful of people who hack and mod the game. Most of the time they're banned pretty quickly. There's a report feature pretty much right there in-game, and of course they take pretty serious reports. It's not like most video games where the report feature is essentially just you yelling into an echo chamber. So I would assume here within the next few weeks or something that there's probably going to be an anti-cheat update for Black Ops 2 Plutonium. They're probably going to try and better the system a little bit and make sure that everything is fine. Actually, I thought I heard rumblings about such an update coming in like 2 weeks, but since I actually don't remember where I saw that, I'm not going to try and confirm or deny anything. It would be nice to see, obviously, because, well, you don't want people like this running around in the lobby ruining the fun, because like I said, that's exactly what ruined the game in the first place, was people completely fucking it up for everybody else. Not necessarily sure how this is all going to turn out. Maybe one day Warpsy will have a trick-shotting career or something. I have no idea. Maybe Black Ops 2 Plutonium will completely anti-cheat these mods away and we won't have to worry about them. I don't know. Hopefully that's the case, but I just wanted to give my opinion on this whole thing because in reality it's just ridiculous and I don't understand this mentality of just modding these games like this. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel, follow me over on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, not using any aimbots, don't really need those to have fun, and signing out.